Right now, there's a silent thief in your pocket, and it's stealing your money while you sleep. We're not talking about hackers or identity theft. This thief has your permission, your password, and worst of all, your credit card on file. The average American is hemorrhaging over $1,200 a year to this one habit, and most people don't even realize it's happening. If you've ever wondered why your bank account feels lighter each month despite not making any major purchases, you're about to discover the truth that financial companies don't want you to know. The culprit isn't your morning coffee or avocado toast. It's something far more insidious, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to stop it from draining your finances any further. But first, let me ask you something. When was the last time you actually looked at every single charge on your bank statement? Really looked, line by line? Because what you're about to learn will make you want to check right now. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to not miss any other video about money tweaks and money tricks. So back to the video. Here's a statistic that will blow your mind. According to recent surveys, 42% of Americans are paying monthly for subscriptions they no longer use or even remember signing up for. That's nearly half the population throwing money away every single month. But it gets worse. The average person under 30 is spending $101 monthly on subscription services. That's over $1,200 a year just vanishing from their accounts, often without them even noticing. Think about it. $1,200 could cover a vacation, emergency fund contributions, or even a few months of groceries. Instead, it's quietly slipping away, $5 to $15 at a time. Companies have figured out the perfect crime, and they're getting away with it because the amounts seem so small that our brains dismiss them as harmless. The subscription economy has turned into a masterclass in psychological manipulation, and we're all falling for it. These companies aren't just selling us services anymore. They're selling us convenience, and that convenience is costing us a fortune. The scariest part, most of us have no idea how deep we're in. But this wasn't always the case. Remember when you actually had to decide whether to buy something? You'd walk into a store, see a price tag, and make a conscious choice. Now companies have eliminated that friction entirely. They've made spending money as easy as breathing, and just as unconscious. The trap is so perfectly designed that even financial experts fall into it. Here's how it works. Companies offer you a free trial or a ridiculously low introductory price. Maybe it's Netflix for a month, or Spotify for 3 months at 99 cents. Your brain thinks, what's the worst that could happen? So you sign up, planning to cancel before the trial ends. But then life gets busy. Work piles up, kids need attention, and suddenly that trial has converted to a full monthly charge. The psychology behind this is brilliant and ruthless. Companies know that once you've started using a service, canceling feels like a loss. Your brain literally treats giving up access as losing something you already own, even if you barely use it. This is called loss aversion, and subscription companies exploit it mercilessly. But the real genius is in the pricing structure. $15 for Netflix doesn't sound like much. Neither does $10 for Spotify, or $5 for that meditation app you use twice. Individually, these charges are small enough to fly under our mental radar. But when you add them all up, the average household is spending somewhere between $50 to over $100 monthly on subscriptions. Let's do some quick math that might make your stomach turn. If you're spending just $50 a month on various subscriptions, that's $600 a year. Over 10 years, that's $6,000. Over 20 years, $12,000. And remember, we're talking about the conservative estimate here. Many households are spending double or triple that amount.
The pandemic made everything worse. When everyone was stuck at home, subscription services exploded. Streaming platforms, fitness apps, meditation services, meal planning subscriptions, online learning platforms. People signed up for everything, thinking they'd cancel later, but later never came for most of us.
Work from home culture introduced a whole new category of subscriptions. Video conferencing tools, productivity apps, cloud storage services, design platforms. Suddenly, everyone needed a dozen different digital tools to do their jobs effectively. Companies started expensing some of these, but plenty slipped through the cracks, coming straight out of personal accounts. Then there are the fitness and wellness subscriptions that multiplied during lockdown. Peloton, yoga apps, nutrition trackers, mental health platforms, all promising to keep us healthy and sane during unprecedented times. Many of these services provided genuine value during the pandemic, but as life normalized, usage dropped while payments continued. Here's where it gets really sneaky. Subscription companies have turned price increases into an art form. They don't just jack up prices overnight and shock you into canceling. Instead, they gradually increase costs, often by just $1 or $2 at a time. Your $10 Netflix subscription slowly becomes $13, then $15, then $18. Each increase feels small enough to justify, but over time, you're paying nearly double the original price. They also love to upsell you to premium tiers. Spotify convinces you that you need family plan sharing. Adobe gets you hooked on Photoshop, then suggests you upgrade to the full Creative Suite. Before you know it, your simple $15 subscription has bloated into a $40 monthly commitment. Annual billing is another clever trick. Companies offer you a discount if you pay for the whole year up front. It sounds like a great deal until you realize you've just locked yourself into a service for 12 months, regardless of whether you actually use it. Plus, annual charges are easy to forget about. They hit your account once a year, often when you least expect it, and by then it's too late to get your money back. But the absolute worst part of the subscription economy isn't signing up, it's trying to get out. Companies have deliberately made canceling subscriptions as difficult and frustrating as possible. They know that if they can create enough friction in the cancellation process, a significant percentage of people will simply give up and keep paying. Ever tried to cancel a gym membership? They require you to show up in person during specific hours, with a written notice, sometimes 30 days in advance. Some companies make you call a special number that keeps you on hold for hours, hoping you'll hang up and try again later. Others bury the cancellation option so deep in their website that you need a computer science degree to find it. Then there are the retention specialists. These are customer service representatives whose entire job is to talk you out of canceling. They'll offer you discounts, free months, or premium features, anything to keep you subscribed. They're trained in psychological techniques designed to make you doubt your decision to cancel. Some companies take it even further, using what's called dark patterns in their user interfaces. Cancel buttons that look like ads, confusing confirmation pages that trick you into staying subscribed, or subscription management pages that simply don't work properly. It's not incompetence, it's intentional design, meant to steal your money. The streaming wars have made this problem exponentially worse. Where you once had cable TV bundled into one bill, now content is spread across Netflix, Hulu, Disney+, Amazon Prime, HBO Max, Apple TV+, Paramount+, and dozens of other platforms. Each one costs $10 to $20 monthly, and each one has exclusive content that you don't want to miss. Sports fans have it even worse. ESPN+, NFL Game Pass, NBA League Pass, MLB TV, and regional sports networks all require separate subscriptions. Die-hard fans can easily spend over $100 monthly just to watch their favorite teams, not including the cost of cable or streaming TV services.
Software subscriptions have completely transformed how we use technology. Microsoft Office, Adobe Creative Suite, antivirus programs, password managers, cloud storage, and countless productivity apps now require monthly or yearly payments. The software you use to buy once and own forever now costs you indefinitely.
Even car companies are getting in on the action. BMW charges monthly fees for heated seats. Tesla requires subscriptions for premium connectivity features. Some automakers are experimenting with subscription-based access to horsepower upgrades or advanced driver assistance features. Your car is becoming another monthly bill. Here's what makes this habit so financially devastating. Unlike other expenses, subscriptions are invisible. When you buy groceries or gas, you physically hand over money or swipe your card and see the immediate impact. Subscriptions happen automatically, silently in the background. Your brain never registers them as real spending because there's no moment of conscious transaction. This invisibility creates a dangerous illusion. People think they're good with money because they're not making large purchases. But meanwhile, death by 1,000 cuts is draining their accounts. Small recurring charges are actually more dangerous to your financial health than occasional big expenses, because you can plan and budget for big purchases. These tiny charges slip by unnoticed until suddenly you're wondering why you're always broke despite having a decent income. The compound effect is staggering. Let's say you're paying for 10 different subscriptions, averaging $10 each. That's $100 monthly, or $1,200 yearly, if instead of spending that money on subscriptions, you invested it in a basic index fund earning 7% annually. After 20 years, you'd have over $49,000. That's the real cost of subscription addiction, not just the money you're spending today, but the wealth you're giving up in the future. So how do you break free from this financial trap? The first step is awareness, and you've already started by watching this video. But awareness alone isn't enough. You need a systematic approach to identify and eliminate the subscriptions that are bleeding your bank account dry. Start with a subscription audit. Go through your bank and credit card statements for the past 3 months, line by line. Look for any recurring charges, no matter how small. You'll be shocked at what you find. That meditation app you used during a stressful week at work 6 months ago. The premium version of a game you played once. The streaming service you signed up for to watch one specific show and then forgot about. Create a spreadsheet listing every subscription, how much it costs monthly and annually, and when you last actually used it. Be honest about your usage. If you haven't opened an app in the past month, you probably don't need it. If you can't even remember what a particular subscription is for, it definitely needs to go. Use the 1-month test for services you're unsure about. Cancel the subscription and see if you actually miss it over the next 30 days. Most of the time, you won't even notice it's gone. This is proof that you were just throwing money away. There are tools designed specifically to help with subscription management. Apps like Truebill, Honey, and Bobby can connect to your bank account and automatically identify recurring charges. Some can even cancel subscriptions on your behalf, though be careful about giving any app access to your financial accounts. Set calendar reminders for free trials before they convert to paid subscriptions. The moment you sign up for any free trial, immediately set a reminder for 2 days before it expires. Better yet, cancel it right after signing up if the service allows you to continue using it until the trial period ends. Consider sharing subscriptions where legally possible. Most streaming services allow multiple users on one account, instead of everyone in your family having separate Netflix accounts. Share one. Split the cost with friends or roommates for services you all use. Rotate your subscriptions based on what you're actually watching or using. You don't need to maintain Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, and HBO Max simultaneously. Subscribe to one for a few months, binge the content you want, cancel it, then move to the next service. This strategy alone can cut your streaming costs in half. Be extremely cautious about annual subscriptions, especially with companies you haven't used long-term. That 20% discount for paying yearly sounds great until you realize you hate the service 2 months in, and you're stuck for another 10 months. Question every subscription renewal. Just because you used a service last year doesn't mean you need it this year. Your needs and interests change, and your subscriptions should change with them. But here's something most financial advisors won't tell you about the subscription trap. It's not just affecting your current spending. It's rewiring your brain's relationship with money entirely. When you're used to money disappearing automatically every month, you start treating all spending as invisible. You lose the psychological connection between earning and spending that keeps your finances healthy. This disconnection explains why so many Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, despite having decent incomes. According to recent studies, nearly 60% of Americans can't cover a $500 emergency expense. Yet many of these same people are spending hundreds monthly on subscriptions they barely use. The irony is staggering and heartbreaking. Think about your parents or grandparents. They knew exactly where every dollar went because they had to physically hand over cash or write checks for everything. That physical act of payment created a mental connection between spending and sacrifice. Now, money moves digitally and silently, and we've lost that crucial feedback loop. The subscription model has also created a new form of financial anxiety. Ever gotten that sinking feeling when you see an unexpected charge on your account? That moment of panic when you can't immediately identify what a particular transaction was for? That's subscription anxiety, and millions of Americans experience it regularly. Companies know this creates stress, but they're counting on you being too busy or overwhelmed to do anything about it. They've calculated that the psychological cost of dealing with subscription management is higher than the financial cost of just letting charges continue. They're literally betting on your laziness and stress. But there's another layer to this that's even more insidious. Subscription fatigue. When you have too many recurring charges to keep track of, your brain essentially gives up trying to manage them all. You become numb to the constant drain on your accounts, accepting it as just part of modern life. This learned helplessness is exactly what subscription companies want.
The social pressure aspect makes everything worse. When everyone around you is talking about the latest Netflix series or sharing Spotify playlists, canceling these services feels like social isolation. You're afraid of missing out on cultural conversations, so you keep paying even when you're not actively using the services.
Gaming subscriptions deserve special attention because they're particularly predatory. PlayStation Plus, Xbox Game Pass, Nintendo Switch Online, plus individual game subscriptions and in-game purchases. Gamers can easily spend over $100 monthly just to access games they technically don't own. When you stop paying, everything disappears. The fitness industry has completely transformed through subscriptions too. Gone are the days of paying once for a workout DVD or buying gym equipment. Now it's monthly fees for Peloton, ClassPass, fitness apps, nutrition tracking, meal planning, and specialized workout programs. People convince themselves they're investing in their health, but many end up paying for services they rarely use. Let's talk about the psychological pricing tricks that make subscriptions feel cheaper than they really are. $9.99 monthly sounds so much better than $10, even though the difference is meaningless. Companies also love to show you the daily cost. Spotify for 30 cents a day sounds reasonable until you realize that's over $100 annually. Then there's the comparison trap. Netflix raises their prices, and suddenly Hulu looks like a bargain at a few dollars less. But you're not comparing subscription costs to not having streaming services at all. You're only comparing them to other subscriptions, which keeps you locked into the spending cycle. The bundling strategy is another way companies increase your total spending, while making it feel like you're saving money. Amazon Prime bundles shipping, video streaming, music, photo storage, and various other services into one monthly fee. It seems like a great value until you realize you're paying for services you never use, and you could get just the shipping benefits much cheaper. Credit card companies are getting in on the subscription game too. Many cards now offer subscription benefits or credits, but these often encourage you to sign up for more services rather than helping you reduce your total spending. Getting $20 back on streaming services monthly might sound good, but not if it encourages you to spend $50 on subscriptions you wouldn't otherwise have. The work-from-home revolution created an entirely new category of subscription addiction. Video conferencing software, project management tools, design platforms, cloud storage, VPN services, password managers, and countless productivity apps. Many people started paying for these personally when companies didn't provide them, and continued paying even after returning to office work or finding new jobs. Educational subscriptions exploded during the pandemic and never went away. Masterclass, Skillshare, Udemy Plus, language learning apps, coding bootcamps, and online course platforms. People sign up with good intentions of learning new skills, but life gets busy, and those monthly charges continue long after motivation fades. Here's a reality check that might sting. If you're struggling financially, but still maintaining multiple subscription services, you're prioritizing entertainment and convenience over your financial security. That might sound harsh, but it's often the truth people need to hear. You can't build wealth while hemorrhaging money on services you barely use. The subscription model has also changed how we value ownership. Previous generations bought music albums, movie collections, books, and software that they owned permanently. Now we rent access to everything, and when we stop paying, we lose everything. This shift from ownership to access has made us more financially vulnerable than ever before. Children growing up in the subscription economy don't understand the concept of buying something once and owning it forever. They expect everything to require ongoing payments, which sets them up for a lifetime of subscription spending, unless someone teaches them differently. The solution isn't to eliminate all subscriptions. Some genuinely provide value and save money. Amazon Prime might pay for itself if you order frequently. Spotify could be cheaper than buying individual songs. The key is being intentional rather than automatic about subscription spending. Advanced subscription management requires treating them like investments. For each service, calculate your cost per use. If you're paying $15 monthly for Netflix, but only watching 2 shows, that's expensive entertainment. If you're using it daily, it might be worth keeping. Create subscription seasons. Instead of maintaining year-round subscriptions to multiple streaming services, rotate them based on content releases. Subscribe to HBO Max when new seasons of your favorite shows drop, then cancel and switch to Disney Plus when Marvel releases new content. The family sharing loophole is perfectly legal and can dramatically reduce costs. Most streaming services, cloud storage, and even some productivity software allow family sharing. Coordinate with family members or close friends to split costs legally across multiple accounts. Set up automatic alerts for free trials before they convert. Use your phone's calendar, bank alerts, or dedicated apps to remind you 3 days before any trial expires. Better yet, use virtual credit card numbers that you can easily cancel if you forget about a trial. Negotiate with subscription services before canceling. Many companies will offer significant discounts to retain customers who threaten to leave. This works especially well with services like SiriusXM, newspaper subscriptions, and fitness apps that rely heavily on retention. The subscription economy isn't going anywhere, but that doesn't mean you have to be a victim of it. Companies are betting that you'll remain unconscious about your spending, that you'll prioritize convenience over your financial future, but now you know better. Every subscription you cancel is money back in your pocket immediately. Every dollar you save is a dollar you can put towards something that actually matters to you, whether that's building an emergency fund, paying off debt, or investing in your future. The habit that's been destroying your bank account isn't really about money. It's about awareness and intentionality. Take control of your subscriptions, and you take control of your financial destiny. Your future self will thank you for every subscription you cancel today. Remember, wealthy people didn't get rich by having more subscriptions. They got wealthy by being intentional with every dollar they spent and invested. The subscription trap is designed to keep you comfortable, but broke. Don't let convenience cost you your financial freedom. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel to not miss any other video about money tweaks. Thanks for watching.